Welcome back to the Goal2go podcast, man. Episode 25. Sitting here, Valentine's Day, Tuesday, chilling. Super Bowl just ended, 38-35 Chiefs win. We'll talk about that in a second. How's your Tuesday going, bro?
It was good. I literally just left the gym. Came straight from hooping to here, bro.
That boy is shooter in the gym, man.
Dedicated.
Definitely. So Super Bowl, it was a good one. Talk about some of the entertainment, bro. Some of the commercials I saw. I know you probably didn't watch all the commercials, but I'm gonna let you start off. Talking about, just the game in general and your Eagles.
Yeah. So the game went pretty much how I thought it would be. I thought it'd be a very close game, and I thought there would be a lot of points scored. I just didn't think it would go the way it went defensively, and then for me, that was just the biggest takeaway. The Eagles played a pretty good first half, but I mean, since the Chiefs' first drive, I just got done hooping. So in basketball terms, they literally just beat us with fucking layups, bro. It was just so easy for the Chiefs' offense. And I mean, a lot of people, and including myself, the big thing is 0 sacks. Where was that pass rush? The best pass rush of all time. It was a historic unit, blah, blah, blah. And it was during the regular season and throughout the playoffs. But the main reason I think there was no pressure, that D-line really didn't get going, is because, bro, Mahomes' first read was just always open, bro. He didn't really have to hold the ball and make reads or extend plays like that. Most of the times it was two-step drop, balls out of his hands. It was very, we were just talking about basketball, in basketball terms, we literally just lost by layups, bro. It was just super easy for the Chiefs offense. And that, I just think that comes down to coaching. In the second half, we saw the Chiefs make some big adjustments, and that offense came out right on the field and scored. Defensively, the Eagles really didn't change anything, and there were a lot of holes. So I think that comes down to coaching. People want to talk about that last call. I mean, yeah, could they have not called it? Yes. I mean, the big thing is there was pretty much the same exact play early on in the game on a third down where Bradbury was on Juju's hip, and if they wanted to call that PI or holding, they could have, but they held the flag. But later on in the game, the same exact thing happens, and they throw the flag. I mean,
I will say that first one was probably worse because he spun Juju in a 360.
So, I mean, I'm not mad at it, but you would like to see some consistency. But ultimately, that's not the reason the Eagles lost this game. They lost because they couldn't adjust on defense. The two plays they scored touchdowns on in the red zone where they had hit the fake motion and the receiver just goes right back out. Miscommunication on the defensive end, and both times they were wide open. It was the same exact play, just flipped. Literally nothing changed. They literally just flipped the play. And when you get beat twice on the same exact play, that just comes down to coaching. The coaches got to make some adjustments. You got to be able to, coach your players, do your job, see things. That's why you have multiple people on the staff. So ultimately, this Super Bowl came down to just our defense was not able to get Patrick Mahomes off the field. Couldn't stop him from scoring. I think he was 13 of 14 in the second half. His one incompletion was a throwaway. Some crazy stuff like that. Offensively, I don't think we could have played a better game. If you would have told me, leading up to the Super Bowl, we're going to score 35 points and Jalen Hurts plays damn near flawless football, I say we come out with a victory. But ultimately, you got to tip your hat to Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. I mean, what the offense they drew up, the schemes they drew up, they just positive yards were always there for them. It's unfortunate, that Jalen Hurts didn't get a chance to go down and win the game because I think ultimately he would have, the way they were moving the ball. You want to talk about offensively? We laughed about it right before we started. Miles Sanders in the run game. You'd like to see them get involved a little bit more, but when you have Jalen Hurts, who's such a threat, and he had over 70 rushing yards, I mean, you can have anybody back there at running back. Ultimately, it just came down to the defense. Couldn't adjust and couldn't get it done. This is not on Jalen Hurts. I think he played the best game of his career. He made a lot of big-time throws. That was everyone's big question coming into the game. Some of his throws, unfortunately, that were great didn't even count. That one to Devontae Smith, that was a perfect ball. Was it a catch? Was it not? I mean, that's debatable, but ultimately Jalen Hurts.
Do you want my opinion on that? I honestly don't think it was a catch.
I mean, either way, Jalen Hurts put it literally in the only place Devontae Smith could make a play on it. So that was a great throw. Oh my! I just remembered. Fuck Quez Watkins, bro.
Oh, he did. He did.
Yeah.
He sold.
Quez, you my dog, bro. I've been high on Quez, all season. I fuck with him, bro. But it's time for a new wide receiver 3. Multiple times throughout the year, it's been Quez Watkins given opportunities on the deep shots, just not there. Just can't make the play. So, I mean, I think this offseason we'll adjust wide receiver 3. We need to get a slot receiver in there. The 2 receivers on the outside are staples. They're stamped. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. They both balled out. How great games. So we just need a Quez. I think Quez could be a nice receiver 4. I mean, you don't want Quez Watkins and Zach Pascal catching receptions in the Super Bowl. I'm sorry. It's just not. Dallas Goedert balled out.
Pascal's cooking.
No, he was not.
He had like one catch, I'm not going to lie.
He had one catch, and he also had a fucking penalty on illegal blocking, like, before the running back or tight end, whoever caught the pass. Like, it doesn't matter. Offense, I'm not worried about, man. Offense balled out. O-line held up. Chris Jones really didn't get any pressure. Frank Clark is not moving up in the all-time postseason sack list because he didn't do shit. So, it just comes down to defense adjustments. It was a tough game. You hate to see it like that. If Jalen Hurts had the ball in his hands to go down and win it, I truly believe the Eagles do win it, but it's just unfortunate how it went out. And I think we'll be back. I'm not worried. I'm not tripping. We got a top 5 quarterback now. I think Jalen Hurts stamped himself, put himself in that upper echelon tier level. Only a few number of quarterbacks I'm taking ahead of him, and I think he's up there with those elite guys. He'll get paid. I'm not too worried. And on the bright side, Jonathan Gannon was left in Arizona because he's their new head coach, so we don't have to worry about him coming back. And good luck in Miami because apparently Vic Fangio was also a consultant on the defense during the Super Bowl, so you guys will have fun with that.
Yeah, he was a defensive consultant this year.
Yeah.
I don't know what a consultant does, so, I mean, does it really mean too much?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
I guess we'll see.
Sorry, guys, defense is going to Miami.
So, yeah, all right. Yeah, I can't even. Anyways, bro, so you talked about Jalen Hurts being a top 5 quarterback. I'm going to give you some names. I want you to give me, would you take Jalen Hurts or that player?
This is from a biased Eagles fan.
Oh, yeah, I just want to know. Joe Burrow.
I would take Joe Burrow.
Okay. Your second favorite quarterback, Justin Herbert.
I'm taking Jalen Hurts.
You're taking Jalen Hurts. Josh Allen.
Jalen Hurts.
Okay. So, do you put Jalen Hurts number 3? Lamar Jackson?
I like Lamar, but I think Jalen Hurts proved more this year, so I'm going to take Jalen.
All right. Trying to think. Any other QBs? I think that's really it.
I would slot Jalen at the 3 or 4.
Dak Prescott?
Come on, bro. I'm not answering that shit.
Oh, Philly fans were booing him pregame. Walter Payton, man of the year.
They weren't booing him for his off the field accolades. They were just booing him because he's a Dallas Cowboy. Like, it had nothing to do with it.
Oh yeah, obviously.
I say Mahomes is 1.
Yeah.
Burrow is right. Well, Mahomes is his own fucking, like, we can talk about Mahomes and all his accolades and what he's accomplished in his career. He's on his own. And in that next tier, I would put Joe Burrow and right behind him, Jalen Hurts. And then if you want to say, I mean, you can argue Justin Herbert. I'm a fan of Herbert, so he's in there. If you want to put Herbert above him, you can. And then if you want to argue, I think Trevor Lawrence, he's on a trajectory. I think if you want to put Trevor Lawrence up there as well, you can argue it. But me personally, I would go. My top 5 right now, I would go Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Herbert, and Trevor Lawrence. That would be my top 5.
All right.
And then I would have, the guys like Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott, those guys right on the outside.
Tua Tagovailoa.
You can put him there. Geno.
Deshaun Watson going to be top 5 next season, trust.
We'll see about that.
First, bro, I mean, I said it last week. It's going to come down to Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. probably Patrick Mahomes, I don't know, legacy game, whatever you want to call it. It looked like, bro, the Chiefs were done. He hurt his ankle.
Bro, the Chiefs were never done, bro.
No, but like, I mean, not done, bro, but like, it was looking like in a lower light for him.
I'm not gonna lie,
when Patrick
bro.
Mahomes was, he couldn't even walk. Like,
I'm not buying that shit, bro. His ankle was not that injured, bro. That nigga was straight, bro.
They said they gave him a horse tranquilizer shot.
Fam, they gave him something, bro. He was feeling nothing that entire second half, bro.
They gave him that Rogers special.
It took something, dog. Fucking Toradol, Perks, something, dog. It was playing out of his mind.
But I will say, I think you touched on Jalen Hurts playing like one of the best football games of his career.
It's the best game he's ever played.
Okay, well, I'm just saying is, you know,
on
from someone that doesn't watch. Yeah. If you take in all the factors, definitely. Devontae Smith cooking in another championship game. Nothing new there.
Yeah, he always performs on the big stage.
You know, the only mistake Jalen Hurts made all night was that ball that just slipped out of his hands for 6.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you can't even... If you would have told me Jalen Hurts would have just had one fumble this game, I'd be like, the Eagles are still... Like, they're fine. Like, they can turn the ball over
and
once.
It just sucks that fumble turned into 7 points. But, I mean, honestly, like, if the Chiefs recover, like, are they not going down and scoring a touchdown regardless the way they were moving the ball? So, I mean... And I think that was the biggest... That was honestly the biggest moment of his career, you know, because that was the first time all season. What have you been saying? Everybody in the media is saying, no, not even that. Is the Eagles never faced any like real adversity? Like the Eagles never like played any real competition. Like they didn't have to go through anything, you know, this entire season. And when it came down to it, you know, Jalen Hurts fumble, scoop and score or whatever, gave us 7 points. He comes back. What does he do? He proceeds to play some of the best football, if not the best football of his career. So we know on the offensive side of the ball and Jalen Hurts, they're stamped. On the defensive side of the ball, they haven't faced any adversity. They've getting a bunch of sacks because the offense is up and they've, you know, just been rushing the quarterback this whole time. They face adversity. What do? Kind of just tuck their tails and just let the Chiefs just go down the field and get out-coached and outplayed. So we kind of see which side of the ball the Eagles were kind of fraudulent this year. I mean, you know, still want to give credit to them for what they did, but ultimately, when the defense faced adversity, they got exposed. And when the offense faced adversity, you know, Jalen Hurts having to go toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes, down 8 points, going down and scoring all those 8 points himself, he stood up to the challenge. It was just the defense that let us down.
A Super Bowl high, 3 rushing touchdowns for Jalen Hurts.
That was a quarterback and I just think overall rushing touchdown high.
It was?
Yeah. I think Terrell Davis had 3 touchdowns in one of the Super Bowls and Jalen Hurts tied it.
Yeah, bro. I mean, they got to the goal line. I was like, they know it's coming. Like the Chiefs are trying to like line up in the neutral zone. Like,
yeah,
they showed one really good goal line shot of Hurts sneaking it in, and just the pad level of that Eagles O line. I mean, bro, you think they were like bear crawling or something? Mm-hmm. Like that's how low they were, and you know the lower man wins. And bro, it didn't matter how low the Chiefs went. Like Hurts would just go right over the top, and a linebacker's like just trying to slap at him. So,
and as stoppable as that QB sneak is, that second point play they ran, that like quarterback sweep
he
or
just
whatever,
muscled it in.
That shit looks just as unstoppable, bro.
It is like a QB,
like you asking a DB like 1-on-1 or a linebacker 1-on-1 in the open field, like trying to tackle Jalen Hurts is a tough task, man.
Yeah, that's good blocking by the receivers too, not to let anybody get in the backfield.
Yeah, and as small as AJ Brown, I mean, as Devontae Smith is, you know, he's a really good run blocker, and you know, AJ Brown, he's a big guy, so it's not that hard for him. But those guys really block well on the outside.
Yeah, they definitely showed out. Isaiah Pacheco, big game for him for the Chiefs offensively.
That's another one of those questions that Eagles suspect run D, and they just ran all over us, bro. The biggest play of the Super Bowl was Patrick Mahomes running down the field for 30 yards.
Yeah, I was gonna say like. The whole night, it kind of looked like the Eagles' D-line was just there, and then Mahomes just sneaks up into the pocket where there's a lane, and he runs down the field for a play that just keeps them alive every time.
Yeah, if Mahomes' first read wasn't there was a lane in the D-line, and he kind of just like scampered. So it was. I don't think the defense did enough to make it challenging for Patrick Mahomes, because every time he touched the ball, like I don't know. I think I mentioned this earlier on the podcast, but like. outside of like Patrick Mahomes, I think Tom Brady had this same effect. It was like every time they have the ball, it's like, all right, like it just feels like they're gonna get 7 points. Like, like you hold them to a field goal, and it's like, all right, we did our job. Like they're just gonna get points. I agree. Yeah, it's tough, bro.
Especially that second half, they scored, every possession. It was just unreal. They come out. I want to say this. I think Kansas City, even though Buckner missed that field goal first quarter, they won in special teams just overall. Kadarius Toney, that big return late in the game.
And that's tough.
Sediment.
Yeah.
I mean, you're asking the defense a lot. Now you got to stop Patrick Mahomes at the 10 to 15 or whatever it was. Five. Yeah.
Longest punt return in the Super Bowl history.
It was like, what, 80? I think it was like it was something crazy. Yeah.
It was a bad punt. Our punter, Sipos, it was his first game back. He was on the IR. He got banged up earlier this year and kind of showed he was a little rusty. That was a bad punt, similar to what the Chiefs had against the Bengals. When Sky Moore took that punt back, it was like the same punt. It was like a low line drive punt. Kadarius Toney got a running start, and
I mean,
you can't tackle him.
You could blame it a little bit. They had a wall built against Kadarius Toney, and he just cut them all up.
I mean, that's a bad punt, bro. You can't.
No, definitely a bad punt. But I think that coverage was.
It was because they were probably expecting like a better punt. Like the punt didn't go far at all. It was a line drive. You get the guy, guy like Kadarius Toney. You saw what he did at UF. Give him space in the open field. It's tough. It's asking a lot for a coverage team, but. I mean, that's another thing. Like, Eagles special teams is like it's everybody but the offense showed up, man. That's all I gotta say. Nick Sirianni, I think he had a good game. Stayed aggressive, stayed true to third and short, fourth and short. We're going for it. I'm not blaming Nick Sirianni. I think he coached a good game.
I like the aggressiveness, and I think it paid off most of the time.
I mean, he knew if you're playing against the Chiefs, like you got to score points. You can't play conservative. You got to keep Mahomes off the field, and that's what was working in the first half. Literally just kept the ball out of Patrick Mahomes' hands. Well, they can't score if they don't have the ball.
Well, we're talking about Nick Sirianni, man. I'm sure you saw him. I mean, it was waterfall tears pregame.
And just on that No Sean Marino.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looked like, bro. I forgot about that clip. That's exactly what it looked like. Dog, I don't know if Chris Stapleton had him in his feelings, like what was going on there, but the over didn't hit on the national anthem. 8-minute Tennessee whiskey guy can't even do a 2-minute and 4-second anthem. But regardless, Travis Kelce obviously found the end zone. We knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, he found it early, but the Eagles they did a good job at keeping him quiet. But
they definitely did. There's only so much you can keep quiet with that guy.
When you got Patrick Mahomes, it doesn't really matter. He'll get the ball to anybody. Fucking Juju was cooking us at the end.
I mean, we could talk about their Twitter back and forth, but I think that's just meaningless, bro. Like, them boys could just talk all they want. Like, it's a DB versus a wide receiver, and then a wide receiver joining in.
I'm running with AJ, man.
Obviously, bro.
W teammate.
I mean, at that point, like, James Bradbury came out and said, like, it was a hold. It was like that one commercial clip where they're playing basketball and the player snitches on himself saying to coach, I touched it.
Sportsmanship?
Yeah, sportsmanship commercial. Yeah, they brought that up. I was like, it's kind of true, bro, but this man's literally admitting. I mean, there was definitely the question was, I said the third down was worse. I think that one should have been called. I don't know if they were trying to make up for it, but it's not really a make-up call at that point in the game.
In terms of that call, if I don't have an issue with it, bro. Like, it didn't really bother me because our defense got themselves in that situation. The only thing I can say, like I said earlier, if there's an issue you want to see, the only problem I can see is just the inconsistency. Like if you're not gonna call the blatant one early on, like you don't really call that one. You just want to see the consistency. But I mean, ticky tack, was it a hole? Was it not? Like, I can see it. They want to throw the flag, sure. It's tough because if you play a good game and you don't put yourself in positions for that play to ultimately determine the game, then we're not here having this conversation. So play better. We're not in that position. It doesn't really matter. But ultimately, I mean, it's not you can really do. You got to tip your hats to Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. They should have like a fucking co-MVP and give it to Andy Reid. Because, I mean, those play calling, those adjustments, he arguably the best, if not, he's the best offensive coach of all time. Like,
Yeah.
Him and Patrick Mahomes, he just gets people open, bro.
Definitely does. And you talked about coaching, and you said the Eagles, they didn't really switch up anything on defense. I can't remember if they even blitzed once. Like,
I don't think so.
I know personally, as someone who watched the Dolphins this year, a team that blitzes more than any other, and they blitz too much. Like, the Eagles, on the other hand, they didn't blitz at all. You got to mix up the packages sometimes, give different looks, kind of get different. They try to do what Joe Woods tried to do against the Chiefs when he was in the playoffs against them, and just run that basic too high, like keep everything in front of you. And I think that's kind of what the Eagles did, just sent 4 men, didn't really send any extra pressure, just kept it basic, trying to keep the check downs. And
and like I know you remember like 2 years ago, it was like, oh, like the NFL has figured out how to stop Patrick
too high
Mahomes.
safeties. Yeah,
it's like run too high, like force them to hit underneath stuff. And in the Super Bowl, that's exactly what he did. He was hitting those little drags, those little slants, those little curls right in the zones. And like I said, they literally beat us with layups, bro. Like, there was no like big shots down the field, no real chunk plays. It was just Patrick Mahomes being super quick, super decisive with the ball, and kind of ultimately, I think that eliminated the pass rush. Like, you can't sack the quarterback when he's like just getting the ball out like that. Like, his first read's wide open. Like, there's no time to get to the pass rush. Now, I will give credit to the Chiefs online. I think they ultimately did their part, and no one like just got like destroyed in like an instant sack. So you got to give credit there. But ultimately, I think more of that credit deserves to be on Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes for scheming up quick hitters, open stuff, short stuff, using the motion to kind of confuse the secondary, so that you don't put Patrick Mahomes in those scenarios where he's holding onto the ball. And I know he's dangerous there as well, but I mean, against that Eagles pass rush, that's kind of like where you don't want to be. You want to get the ball off on target, on time, ahead of the chain, so you don't really have to worry about that pass rush.
Yeah, eliminated the biggest threat.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the running game really helped out too. A couple play actions they ran. Just keep that ground game consistent. They stayed true to it.
Hit a few RPOs too that got open.
Just keep handing the ball off every so often. Keep that defense, that pressure off your back a little. Let them, kind of think, is this a run or is this a pass? Get that extra split second. I knew 5 minutes left on the clock when the Eagles, they scored that 2-point conversion. I'm just like, Chiefs methodically, I think they're going to march down the field. Obviously, the call helped a little because Jalen Hurts, 8 seconds. You ask him to throw a Hail Mary. I think it was, 55, 60 yards almost.
Yeah, and he said at the end of the game, like in his press conference, when he threw the ball, he stepped on Jason Kelce's ankle, so he kind of slipped, and that's why he didn't get, all his strength into that pass.
Yeah.
He's in the game. He threw balls further than that.
I thought maybe he had a dead arm at that point, but
nah. The fucking drive before that throw to Devontae Smith was further in the air than that. So he said he slipped. He stepped on Kelce's ankle. So
yeah, I mean, it's just a last second heave. Surprised they didn't try to go with the hook and ladder. Who knows? That's probably way harder, but
bro, and you mentioned they have 5 minutes left. When the Eagles went down and scored, I definitely thought the Chiefs were going to go down and score and leave time for Jalen Hurts. I thought the Eagles were going to get the ball back, bro. I really did. 5 minutes, I'm like, that's too much time. I'm like, there's no way they milk this clock 5 minutes. I thought the way the Chiefs offense was moving, I'm like, they're going to score in under 5 minutes. I thought the Eagles at least have 2 minutes, a minute 50 to go down and try to win. And ultimately, I think Jalen Hurts goes down and makes a play and wins that game with,
Oh, so do I.
With that much time left on the clock. But, ultimately with the penalty and them being able to knee it out and just playing smart football kind of just made that the last time Jalen Hurts touched the football. Yeah.
When the Eagles had the ball, I was like, bro, they were driving. I'm like, because I had 8-5 on my squares, Chiefs, Eagles. So I was like, bro, Eagles 2-point conversion here. I was like, Chiefs got to methodically march down the field. I'm like, is that really possible? I was just praying, kind of just gambler's hope, bro. And he got that call. I was like, oh, you just might as well just pack it up. Like, they're just going to take the knees.
That's what they did.
Jared McKinnon, smart move, sliding, vet move. And I was just like, it ended perfectly for me. I mean, it didn't matter who won, really. But Patrick Mahomes, 5 minutes, I did think that was a little too much time for him.
Yeah, like, I feel like I would have been, like, more like nervous or like upset if we only gave him like a minute 50
2
left,
minutes,
like,
yeah,
like 2 minutes, or like, whereas they have no shot of getting the ball back. I was like, all right, with 5 minutes, I'm like, all right, they go down and score, like we get the ball back with like a minute 20 left, a minute, like best case 2 minutes if we get the 2 minute warning. But nah, didn't happen.
Yeah, so here my thought process. All right, so it's 3rd and 9. I think it was sometime in the third quarter. Eagles take a delay game, like not to take a timeout. Hurts, he throws a good ball. I think maybe to Philly Goddard. I think that was that Philly Goddard catch.
That was
first down. And then a couple plays later, same thing. Instead, they elected to take that timeout. And I was like, bro, against the Chiefs, you got to be able to hold those timeouts. I think obviously would have helped big time because they would have had maybe an extra 30 seconds. Not saying they probably would have scored, but they would have had a chance if they had kept that third time out.
I'm not really too sure what was going on there with the offense. Like on that last drive, there's like delay or late in the game, like delayed games, timeouts, like taking a little long to get the play call in.
Reminded me of Miami a little. It's just like,
I wouldn't say that bad, but
no, it wasn't that bad, but
it was. I get what you said.
During that one sequence where he got the delayed game and then they called a timeout, I was like, they were coming out of huddle 10 seconds, like,
yeah. And
then you put a man in motion, you're just not getting a snap off.
No.
But that's it, bro. I thought it was a really good Super Bowl, like probably one of the best Super Bowls we've seen. I mean, the last Chiefs Super Bowl was good.
I mean, besides the ending,
yeah, it
was a really good game.
But that was a Super Bowl that definitely enjoyable. Is just someone that had neither of them were my teams. Like, I had a good time watching it. Halftime show. I don't know if you saw any of that.
Oh, I didn't give I wasn't watching it.
That way is too locked in on the game.
I was.
Obviously the world reacting to Rihanna pregnant. ASAP Rocky, everyone hating on him. But nah, Rihanna came out, she killed it. I was vibing. Played that Diamonds to finish it off.
It's classic.
I know you were messing with that part at least.
Of course. But
they had her up in the air, man. It looked like a Super Smash, like
I saw those memes.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, they put like browser in it. Yeah, but it was a good halftime show. Commercials. The only one I really cared about was that Fubo.
The Tubi one?
Tubi, yeah, there we go. Tubi.
That shit got my eyes.
It got me. I was looking around. I was like, bro, who's changing the channel? And like, no one had the remote. I'm like, who's sitting on the remote? And they're like, what? Like, my parents were like, nah, like, no one's sitting on the remote. I'm like, bro, am I sitting on it? Like, I got up out of my seat. I'm like, what is it? I see the commercial end. I'm like, bro, why would they do this? Like,
fam, I was streaming it. I was watching on the stream. I'm like, damn, like the fuck, I would have me refreshing the stream and shit, bro. I'm like, what the fuck is happening, bro? I'm like, what's like clicking different links and shit. I'm like, oh, it was a commercial. That shit got my eyes.
Bro, if it got you on a stream, bro, like,
I'm like, bro, the person's watching the streams like change the channel mid fucking stream, bro. Like, what?
You probably thought it was like a master control out there or something.
I was like, bro, these streaming websites, shit, not it, bro. But then I was like,
you thought they were getting blacked out, huh?
I didn't know what was happening, bro. I was just like,
nah, yeah, but I think that was by far best commercial. I mean, not even best, just most memorable. I mean, there's probably a couple I could think of, bro. But
that one and then the Jesus one stuck out for me.
The Jesus one?
Yeah, when they had all the pictures of like people yelling at each other, and then at the end it was like, Jesus loves those like you hate or some shit like that.
Nah, I don't. But I remember
it was like all in black and white, and I'm like, what? Like I was like, oh,
maybe I was using.
What does Jesus have to do with that? But I was like, yeah, it makes sense.
Loves everybody.
I was like, yeah, like Jesus loves all or something. I was like, okay.
they had a Miller Lite, Coors Light. It was like a showdown. Like, this is a Miller commercial. Now it's a Coors. And they're like going back and forth, like fighting at a bar. And then next thing you know is like at the end, it's like, no, this is a Blue Moon commercial. And then it just ends just like that, bro. Like, you think it was a Miller or Coors, ends with Blue Moon. It might be owned by the same people, I think someone said. But that one, I was like, all right, bro, what they got going on here?
Yeah, that one, and then the peanut one, the Planters roast or whatever.
Oh yeah, the Planters one.
Yeah, the peanut. That one stuck out too.
There was a good M&M one too. I'm trying to.
Those are the main ones I remember.
Yeah, I know. There's a few, bro. Look back at them, but definitely good Super Bowl. Not mad at it. I don't know how I felt about Kevin Burkhardt and Greg Olsen.
I think Greg Olsen did a really good job.
Yeah,
I like Greg Olsen. I think he's good.
See, I don't know, bro. I'm not messing with Greg right now. But I mean, don't get me wrong, bro. I'll take it over Joe Buck just any day of the week.
I saw a report saying once Tom Brady like comes on the Fox staff, like Greg Olsen's pay goes down from like $10 million to like $4 million. Like Brady's like just gonna be taking his money.
I mean, bro, because like he'll probably be doing the Super Bowl with Kevin Burkhardt next year.
I think Brady's coming in 2024. So not this upcoming one, but the one after.
Yeah, the one after. Yeah, I think you're right too. Well, hopefully Fox doesn't have the rights next year and we just get a Tony Romo.
That'd be the worst.
Of course it would. But yeah, bro, you got any last comments? Eagles season.
It was a fun season.
What you like to see, kind of this off season?
We'll cover the off season. I'm excited for the off season. I think there's a lot of places, especially coming up in the draft and watching a few mock drafts. Seeing the prospects, doing a little not scouting, but getting familiar with the names and stuff and free agents. And there's definitely room for improvement. I mean, I think any team can go into the off season and say that. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting. It's always exciting when you got Howie running the game, running the show. He'll make some moves. Top 10 pick, 2 first-round picks. A lot of free agents leaving. Hopefully some people coming. So it'll be a fun offseason. I just think, we got a top 5 quarterback, or if you don't want to say top 5, we have an elite quarterback. So once you have that, I think you're always in contention. So I think we'll be back within the near future. Jalen Hurts will get another shot. I think we'll be all right.
I'm not mad at Hurts top 5 at all, bro. But we forgot one major thing that was a storyline of the Super Bowl.
What?
The turf.
I was gonna bring it up, but I mean, I really didn't. I mean, it's fucking grass, bro.
$800,000 for that turf. And they couldn't get it right. That grass that they rolled out day in and day out.
Turf, bro. I mean, I don't know, bro. It's like what. It was tough. Bro.
Yeah, all right. I just didn't mention it at all. I was like, yeah.
I was thinking about it, but I'm like, I'm not gonna bring it up. I'm like, all right.
That shit just gonna get you mad.
Not even. It's just what are you gonna do? Like both teams played on it. Like
it's true. It's true. Shout out Harrison Buckner though, man. He missed that first quarter field goal, won that square, and then he hit the final one and won that square. So I think he deserved MVP more than Pat Mahomes, but he's my MVP. Shout out Buck, man. But regardless of the fact, NFL season comes to an end. NBA All-Star Weekend Saturday. Obviously, trade deadline just passed. A lot happened. I mean, we talked about the Kyrie trade last week and the NBA in general. We'll quickly touch on the All-Star festivities this weekend. Obviously, All-Star roster's already been announced. They released the dunk contest and all that. Not excited for the dunk contest at all. They got Mac McClung in it, who's a G League player, first one ever, with Kenyon Martin, Trey Murphy, Jericho Sims. So we'll see, man. Dunk contest has been falling off every year. We'll see if it's an interesting one. I'll probably be tuned in for it. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It is kind of, it's just gonna be mid, bro. I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the NBA All-Star Game is always fun though. It's better than like the NFL Pro Bowl.
Oh, for sure. Because I mean, they just go out there and just highlight reels. 3-point contest. I'm kind of excited for this one.
They got some real names in that one.
Tyrese Halliburton, Tyler Hero, Buddy Hield, Kevin Huerter, Dame, Laurie Markkinen, Anthony Simmons, and Jason Tatum. So let me add this list. Who you crowning champion for this? What's your pick? Let's give our predictions.
You know who I'm rocking with, man.
Tatum?
No.
Simmons?
No. Hero.
Oh, you rocking with Hero?
Duh. He saying first name. Gotta show love to my boy Tyler.
I mean, bro, I love to see Tyler win it, bro. But I kind of feel like Buddy Hield a little sleeper pick.
You a Heat fan, bro? How you not gonna pick Tyler Hero, dog?
I'm saying bro, I want him to win, bro. But I'm just saying Buddy Hield's like a sleeper. Like, I don't know, kind of like actually Laurie Markkinen, bro. Who's got the least jump in their jump shot? That's what you really got to think about. Probably Tatum. That ugly jumper though.
That should be wet though.
It does.
I'm rocking with Hero, man.
I'm not mad at it. I like it a lot. But I want to see Tyler Hero while we're up about it. He's got to stop handling the ball in fourth quarter, 1 minute down the stretch. So, Max Strus had the ball too. I think it was last night, putting up a floater with like 50 seconds left, down 4. Don't ask me why.
Against the Nuggets.
Yeah, against the Nuggets. Like,
bro,
Jimmy, go get the
in
ball.
Close games, bro.
Yeah, they're like 30 of their games so far have been like decided by 5 points or less. Like, Eric Spoelstra, every press conference, he's like, Heat fans get their money worth once again. Like, he's like, you're guaranteed entertaining basketball, close game, and a lot of heart. He's like,
nobody want to see them boys in the 7-game series, huh?
I mean, it could go either way, bro. Jimmy, hits that 3. We sitting there. They went to the finals last year. Like,
playoff Jimmy.
They just, bro. We'll talk about the trades. They just didn't add anybody. We'll get into the Heat roster in a minute.
Boys gonna be sitting in that little buyout market.
Dog.
Westbrook.
Yes, I would take Russell Westbrook. I've been saying since the start of the season, trade Lowry for Russ, and everyone was like, no, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Like, Lowry's not even a part of this team anymore, basically. Like, Gabe Vincent's out there running point guard, and he's probably done a lot better job than Kyle Lowry ever has right now. I'm just looking at it like Westbrook, he was playing up, man. He was up for six man of the year conversation. And
bro, just play with hella hard at this point, bro.
Bro, that's something Lowry really doesn't do. Like, he's just out there, doing nothing. Like, he doesn't impact the game whatsoever. Like, Russ would at least have that Heat culture and just mindset. Like, bro, he'd have that motor. Yeah, sometimes you need a spark plug, and that's what he is. He's a spark plug.
Would he be starting or would he come off the second unit?
I wouldn't be mad at either one. I think second unit would be better. Get Gabe Vincent out there, a little bit better of a shooter than Russ. But other than that, bro, I mean, you pair Russ, whoever's coming off there's really nobody off the bench right now for the Heat. Like, it's desperation mode for them. So, skills challenge.
Let him go in that second unit and just do whatever he wants.
Let him lead it, yeah. Like, there's no ball handler in the second unit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how bad it is. Like, Tyler Hero, sometimes he plays with the second unit. Like, that's about it.
Yeah, I think the Heat will be interesting, man. Because coming into playoffs, they play every team close, so it'll be interesting.
No, they definitely do. Right now, sitting at the 6th seed, not a bad spot as long as you avoid that play-in. Rock with it. Skills challenge. They did the Rooks versus the Jazz versus the Antetokounmpos. So, don't know how they're gonna do this. The Rooks: Paolo, Jaden Ivey, Jabari Smith. Jazz: Jordan Clarkson, Walker Kessler, Colin Sexton, and then the Antetokounmpo brothers, all 3 of them. You know who I'm taking, man. I'm rocking with the Greeks.
Kostas. That's the one.
Kostas. Yeah, that's the youngest one. Yeah.
They need to have him in there, man.
He's lanky, isn't he?
He is. I mean, they all are, bro.
Yeah, I was about to say. Besides the oldest, which is
wings.
Deannis, I think.
Yeah, that's the big one. The swole one.
Yeah. He's just swole, but he's like smaller than them all. Like height wise, I think.
Well, yeah, what is he? Still like what?
6'8".
6'8". Yeah, like. And then Alex Antetokounmpo. Oh, he's in the G League.
Yeah. So you know I'm rocking with them. Who you taking? Skills challenge wouldn't be. I think low key the Jazz.
Yeah, I like the Jazz, bro. Shout out Walker Kessler, bro. He's been a nice little addition to my fantasy team.
Like you got Colin Sexton, who's
Auburn legend, man.
Auburn legend. Talking about a college legend, that's Colin Sexton, bro. Like
young bull.
Anybody that's playing 3-on-5 basketball, like
yo, I forgot all about that at Alabama.
Dog, you do that, bro. You got my respect.
He almost won too, bro. I forgot all about that game.
That team had heart.
Young bull.
Bro, right now he's
they had
having
one
a down
other
year.
Guard who was nice, bro. Fuck. What was his name?
Bama?
Yeah, it was Colin Sexton and one other person, bro.
No clue.
Bro, I was talking about you the other day, bro. Once I see his name, I'm like, yo.
Obviously, Friday night events, NBA Celebrity All-Star Game.
Who's in the Celebrity All-Star
I'm looking it up, bro. I'm pulling it up. And it's the Rising Stars game. Well, I'll pull up. You can watch All-Star Practice. I don't know who's watching that. NBA TV Saturday, 1 o'clock if you want to watch it. Eastern. So, Dwayne Wade has a team, and it's Team Ryan, which is the Utah Jazz governor and honorary captain. Kane Brown, 5-time American Music Award winner, no idea. They got Corday out there. Diamond DeShields, WNBA All-Star. They got Calvin Johnson out there. No way, they got Megatron.
I think I did see that. Oh, bro, it's John Petty, bro. He was the other guard at Alabama who was hooping with Colin Sexton, bro.
He in the league?
Yeah, I think he's in the G League right now, for the Pelicans. But nah, he was nice, bro.
You got Marcos Mayan, TV host, The Miz, WWE.
Miz.
Albert Pujols.
I think The Miz is pretty big too, bro. It's like 6'4", 6'3" or something.
They got Ozuna, the rapper. He's a Latin artist, I'm pretty sure. They got some other people, I don't know. They got Guillermo Rodriguez though out there.
Does he play baseball?
Nah, that's I think that's the little short dude that be doing the interviews, bro. Let me see, bro.
All these BJs, bro.
Dog. Yeah, that's definitely him, Guillermo. He be like putting like tequila in like a fake shoe and bringing it into events. But the other one, Team Dwayne Wade, obviously he's a part owner of the Jazz. Nicky Jam, Latin Global Music. I don't know who that is. They got Jesser out there. Guess they getting some YouTube. That's a little hooper though, bro. Jesser could hoop.
Flight out there, man.
All right, bro.
561 legend, man.
They put a flight out there, bro. You might as well throw away the whole event.
Shout out to GC, man. Jip putting off of Palm Beach, bro.
Dog, do you see the one-on-one he played?
Fam, just ass, bro.
Yeah.
He just lost to 2 females, bro.
Yeah, but one of them could actually hoop.
Oh, Bree, yeah, she is nice, but the first one was like...
Yeah, it's just like someone that played high school hoops.
Not even, bro. Fam, I like you over the first one, bro.
Yeah, so do I. I like me against a lot of high school female hoopers, as long as they don't go Division 1.
I like you over Flight.
If you didn't, bro, I'd kind of feel disrespected.
I think it'll be a close game, though.
I don't. I don't, bro. You're going to try that weak If he tries to drive, bro, it's just over. Like, he's too small.
She gonna hit that FTC goal. He's 6'3" though. He got height.
He got height, bro, but he got nothing else. Like,
nah, he don't.
He's not driving. He's not getting. Bro, it's just not happening. There's a video of Cash Nasty. He was like reacting to Flight. He was like, "Oh, every time Flight airballs, I'm taking a shot."
I saw that. Yeah.
Ended up taking like 4 shots of Hennessy. They got. I don't know.
They should have had in the game, bro.
Some other people. They got DK Metcalf out there for Team D Wade.
Okay, DK.
That might be a little unstoppable team, bro.
They're gonna be dunking everything, man.
21 Savage. We know he can't hoop.
You just might that shit, bro.
Yeah. Anybody else? I don't know. But bro, I mean, you look at it. Bro, Team Ryan's down bad. They got Megatron. I think he could hoop. They got a WNBA player. Obviously can hoop, but like, you got Dwayne Wade, Jesser, and DK Metcalf. Like,
wait, D Wade playing in it? I'm not gonna lie, D Wade playing in that shit. That shit not fair, bro.
Like, I think he only gonna. I don't know, bro. Maybe not.
Just need to let his son hoop in that shit, man.
Yeah,
Zaire.
Nah, I think he meant Zaza.
Alright, bro.
Yeah, Zaire. Oh man. Shout out D Wade. Shout out Zaire for real, man.
I think he should overseas or some shit, bro.
Dog. And then Team Dwayne also that has another WNBA hooper. Never heard of her.
Fucking Sue Bird.
Nah, it's like Arike. I'm not even gonna try to say her last name because I'm just gonna fuck it up. So
what's the over under on her dunking?
0.5.
Yo, this burger look fine.
And then obviously Sunday, All-Star game.
They doing the draft like right before the game, ain't?
Yeah, they're doing it weird this year. Like,
I think that'll be more fun. It's like pickup, you feel me? Like them boys, like you don't even
just show up to the
team,
gym, just get a bucket,
man.
just warm up.
That's what I did today, bitch. Just pull up. Who got downs? Who's trying to run? Them boys.
Hey, who got down? Who do you think's gonna drop? Like, imagine if they actually did that. They'd be like, "Oh, bro, you got next."
Fam, they could, bro. If they added like, wait, how many All-Star? How many is there? Like,
it's an even number.
Fam, they just add a few more jits, bro. Make it like a third team. Them boys just play.
We'll play to like 21. Yeah, like I would kind of like to see that, like a 3-on-3 All-Star game where they just like a tournament.
It'll be fives.
Like you went 3-on-3 half court tournament. Like you wouldn't mess with that.
Nah, that's money, bro. I don't fuck with 3-on-3 no more, bro. Ever since I started running fives, bro, it's more fun. To like 12, bro. 1s and 2s. Losing team got down, man.
Full court.
Well, obviously full court. First team to win like 3 games, man.
I mean, I'm no
I should be lit, bro.
commissioner, but I like the idea. Like, kind of get it rotating, but you know that's never happening.
Man, when the team stay on, bro, you know.
That team's gonna be dumb fatigued, bro. If it's lopsided,
It's
but it's an NBA, yeah.
The fuck?
Boys gonna build that.
These all-stars, these
sophomore
these
year
just play
gym,
fucking
high
30 plus
school.
minutes a game every single game. Like, it's not like you got just out there playing like 15 minutes a game, and they just. Even then, if you're an NBA, bro, you're an athlete, you can fucking run, bro.
Most def.
That'd be an interesting format.
Some trades that happened. Obviously, the big one, Suns acquired KD and TJ Warren in a 4-team deal. Nets get Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Juan Pablo. I'm not even going to say his name. 4 first-round picks and 2 second. Bucks get Jay Crowder. Pacers get George Hill, Serge Ibaka. 3 future second-round picks. And then Jordan, I don't even know. Obviously, Suns got a big 3 right now. Big 4. They got CP, D-Book, KD, and Ayton.
In there.
Yeah, like,
Bro,
I mean.
the other day, I was listening to the Bill Simmons podcast, and he does like his thing with Cousin Sal or whatever, and they were talking about the trades and shit. And bro, and they were like, it was like one of their betting shows or whatever, and they were talking about like how the Nets acquired KD or whatever, and they were like, bro, what is like? It was like you can't bet on this, but like if this was a line, like it would definitely be like an interesting bet. It was like, bro, what do you think the over under like all three of them like the total amount of games played together, like D Book, KD, and CP3, like. What would that line be at? Like 60 games? Like, would you take like the over under? Like those three play 60 games like total together, like their entire like Suns career.
Well, KD's on a contract till next year, right?
Well, I think KD's locked in for the next 3 years.
3 years.
CP3, I think is he has an expiring contract this offseason. And D-Book's locked in. He signed his deal.
They might as well just get rid of CP3 after this. So I'm gonna say 40 games, because how many games are left?
Plus the injuries, like
I mean,
D-Book's banged up. CP3, he's older. He has that MCL.
Yeah,
but that was like a funny like interesting like line. Like what, I mean, like the over under on games played.
3 years ago, how many games Kyrie and KD even played together? Like you could have even thrown Harden in it, and it would have shortened everything. Like so,
shout out Harden, man.
Not everything goes as planned, but Suns trying to make a splash. Fell short.
Would you say they're favorites now in the West?
I'm not gonna say favorites. Not at all. They single-handedly got beat by one man in Dallas last year.
But Luka. I mean, you add KD to that. Luka not doing that shit. Come
on,
now.
But there's a reason Nuggets one of the best teams in the league right now. Just well-rounded.
Nuggets, I do like the Nuggets.
They still got Nikola Jokic, who averages a triple-double a game. Jamal Murray's getting like everyone on that team.
Nah, Murray, he's back. He's hooping, bro.
Bro, he is.
He's been out the last few games because of his knee inflammation. I think they just rested him because of All-Star break. But fam, like last week, like right before, bro, he was going crazy, bro. Murray, he's back healthy. He's hooping.
Like they're doing their thing over there in Denver. You could say, I still think the Grizzlies could give them a run for their money. I don't think they're better.
Bro, I'm fading the Grizzlies, bro. They've just been losing, bro.
They have. I mean, every team has a losing streak, though, bro.
Fam, the Warriors, bro. I'm saying don't sleep on Warriors,
bro. Exactly. Like there's so many good teams in the West.
The West
you
is
can't
open.
Even,
it is.
I mean, even the Kings, they're balling right now. Like, yeah, maybe on paper they're not the scariest team, but they're
have
hooping.
the best offense. They can score.
They're just hooping. Like, I mean, Halliburton's getting a bucket. De'Aaron Fox.
Halliburton's on the Pacers.
Oh yeah, I'm tripping. But
Sabonis and Fox.
Sabonis, yeah. Buddy Hield. Herter. Herter's probably having his best season of his career. Like,
bro, they're using him like Curry, bro. He's just coming off running around screens and shit and just shooting.
Let's see.
Don't sleep. You know what team I'm about to say?
In the West?
Yeah.
Clippers?
Nah.
I don't even know.
Lakers. Don't sleep.
14 points in 30 minutes. It's shooting 47%, 39 from 3. These are all career highs so far this season. So,
no, Herter's hooping, bro. Trust.
The Lakers, I mean, unless Bron and AD just do what they did in the bubble, like,
man, them boys just got to get there, bro. I like the pieces they added.
Mean, what is even getting there? Like, I just don't like it. They're on the list of the trades we're gonna talk about. So we'll get to the Lakers. But yeah,
no, the Suns. I think they're definitely contention. They might be the favorites right now, honestly, to win the West. I think.
I mean, after that trade, I know Vegas is blown up with that. They probably are. I mean, you get KD. Mm-hmm. We'll see. They got to mesh together, kind of like we talked about last week with Kyrie and Luka. Like,
I don't really think they'll have to mesh together, honestly. Bro, KD fit. You saw what he did in Golden State. You just throw KD in on any system. I'm
not saying they're not gonna but they got to get adjusted to playing together. Like, regardless, like you can put them in, but
but I think it'll be a seamless fit. KD fits in any offense anywhere. KD, there's no issues with him. It'll be fun, but I just like you said. I think, bro, in terms of like watching basketball, I haven't really with the NFL and stuff. I haven't been watching like hella games, but recently, keeping up with fantasy and just watching stuff. I've been watching more basketball. Bro, the Nuggets are like just the most like fun team to watch, bro. Like the way Jokic plays, dog, it's just like, fam. Bro. He gets the ball down low anywhere near the post. You might as well just run back and just get back on D, bro. It's either 2 points or he's kicking out to like Bruce Brown wide open the corner, or KCP at the top of the key, or fucking Michael Porter Jr. They're just open, and these guys just knocking shots down. It's fun to watch the Nuggets play, bro.
Yeah, I think it was last night. Bruce Brown was cooking us.
Yeah, he was.
He was cooking the heat. Like,
that was a comeback, a hometown game for him, homecoming game. He went to UM, so
16 points, like 17 for Michael Porter. Yeah, like 10 from Thomas Bryant.
That was a good addition too.
12 points from Jeff Green.
Give Giannis, not Giannis, excuse me. Give Jokic a little more rest.
Yeah, bro.
You saw when AD went out. Man. Thomas Bryant was hustling. He was giving the Lakers some good minutes. So I think he brings some good energy off the bench to give Jokic a little break.
Yeah, kind of surprised. I mean, we'll get to the Lakers once again. I think the Clippers, bro, like they might be a little slept on here, bro.
Man, I don't like the way they did my dog Wall, man.
Yeah, they just sent him right back to NBA hell, like the worst. I mean, we'll get to that one too. Plumlee,
Clippers, they got better.
Yeah, acquire Plumlee, trade Reggie Jackson to the Hornets in a second-round pick.
Eric Gordon homecoming. There's a few players that like went back to other teams they played for, bro. Like homecomings and like reunions and shit, bro.
Yeah, they did.
George Hill to the Pacers.
Bro, yeah, we just talked about that. Yeah. George Hill, going back. It's probably been almost 10 years since.
It's been a minute. He was in those games with the Heat, right?
Yeah, LeBron, George Hill, Roy Hibbert, like
Paul George, Lance,
PG, Lance.
I always had a little stick, bro. I'm not even.
Fam, I was the Roy Hibbert. Fam, he had the Heat on lock.
Fam, and he had that little jumper too, bro. Like he could hit a little bitty, bro. Like,
hey, I'm not gonna lie.
Do a face up and just knock that shit down.
They had like a throwback card for him on like 2K16. He had a nice little diamond card. He was hitting all the threes.
Roy Hibbert was nice, bro.
I was messing with it. 76ers.
Wasn't Frank Vogel their coach?
Yeah, he was. Look what he's doing now. Like cooking for sure.
Fired from the Lakers. Oh, he won the chip with him, didn't he?
Who was it? Blake Griffin just called out Doc Rivers for not having adjustments. I don't know if you saw that. He was like, "Oh, it's Doc Rivers. I knew he wasn't gonna adjust."
What is Blake Rivers? I mean, Blake Griffin, bro. Like his
career's over.
Twilight of his career right now.
The highlight of his career is. I'm not even gonna get into that.
I know what you're about to say. Highlight of his career is catching
PG show.
LA, bro.
Yeah, Lob City was a vibe though.
Lob City was wild.
Sixers get Jalen McDaniels in a 4-team trade. Hornets, they get Svi. Not even gonna say it. First off, 2 seconds traded in that. Blazers, they get Cam Reddish, Matisse Thybulle, 2023, I think, second. Now it's a first rounder. Knicks get Josh Hart. Good pickup for the Knicks, I guess. They kind of needed a little more scoring there on that edge. Weren't utilizing Cam Reddish at all. So Cam Reddish gets to go to the Blazers, play alongside Dame. Matisse Thybulle, I don't know how I feel about that. He's really...
I mean, they finally have somebody that can defend other teams' guards. Like,
yeah, you're right.
Dame and Simmons aren't guarding, playing great defense. So just throw Matisse out there, just be like, guard him and do nothing else.
Don't even know whose feet
but Jalen McDaniels, I like that pickup for the Sixers. He was from the Hornets. He was kind of a guy that just got lost in the rotation. Like, I mean, it's the Hornets, bro. Like, they shipped off Plumlee and McDaniels. I think McDaniels will add some good defense to the 76ers. I think that's a good pickup.
I'm trying to look at how many minutes he was averaging.
Athletic young guy.
He was getting 26 minutes a game. He's shooting 45% from the field, 32 from three. Not horrible for a power. I think he's a power forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6'9", like
add a little bit of size.
3'4".
I mean, he'll
shoots
probably
well from the free throw line. Like
probably just be the backup center. Honestly, I mean, how you can't
small ball.
Yeah, I mean, give Embiid a little bit of rest. Like, how much more can you sit out there and watch Montrezl Harrell be the backup?
Only 25. Yeah.
Yeah, good young guy. And then Josh Hart, they were saying, I think it was also on the Bill Simmons podcast. They were like, and then I was talking to my boy about it. It was like if you could give fucking Thibodeau like make a player, bro, like create a player, like he would make Josh Hart. It's like give 110 on defense, like play 40 minutes, crash the boards, grab rebounds. It's like, bro, this is a fucking epitome of a Thibodeau player. He's gonna be playing like fucking 50 minutes a game for him.
Bro, Josh Hart, like,
Man,
feel
Josh
like
Hart
he's,
has heart, bro. Like,
yeah, he does.
He's
But
gonna play, bro.
He's like a good player that just gets passed around. Like, it just.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Cam Reddish.
I think he fits the New York culture though. And then
that
Cam Reddish,
Blazers.
hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully he just gets a chance because
Facts. He didn't really have
He didn't
one.
play in New York, bro.
He was starting to turn up in Atlanta, and then he got dealt. Now, new start. We'll see. Speaking of homecomings, Eric Gordon, Clippers.
Yeah.
They received 3-second, 3-team deal. The Rockets, who receive John Wall, Danny Green, pick swap, and the Grizzlies receive Luke Kennard.
Danny Green signed with somebody because they bought him out.
For real?
Yeah.
They didn't buy out Wall?
I think they did, but he didn't sign.
John Wall probably just sitting.
The Cavs, yeah. Danny Green's on the Cavs. Yeah.
Okay, he signed with the Cavs?
Yeah.
Little veteran presence for that young.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell not really young anymore, but
Donovan, he was what, 25, 26,
yeah,
27?
He's had some years in the league. He got playoff experience.
Yeah, Darius Garland's he's so nice.
Yeah.
DG, just get more shooters on that perimeter. Yeah, I think Danny
Probably
Green's
coming off the bench. We'll see what they do with him with the rotation.
You can always use a shooter like Green.
The Rockets, just meaningless. Let's just move on. Luke Kennard to the Grizzlies.
I think that's a nice pickup.
Yeah, they really
Give someone else that can handle the ball besides Ja. Bane can, but he's a primary spot up, catch and shoot guy. He has a nice little bag, but just adding guard depth. Luke Kennard's a great shooter. He'll be able to handle the ball, take a little bit of pressure off those two. Give Dylan Brooks less shots.
I was about to say.
Another person to get the ball out of Dylan Brooks' hands.
Shannon loving it. Next trade, Celtics, they get Mike Muscala, Thunder, Justin Jackson, 2-second. Just a regular 2-team deal. I know how many second-round picks just got passed around this trade deadline. It had to be the most of all time. I think with the kind of the question mark of Robert Williams and really that just depth, that big man for the Celtics, I think Muscala added some help to a well-needed position at that big man role.
Yeah, and more shooting. He's a fucking sniper, bro.
Yeah, he could spot it up.
Knock down.
Really going to help with space of floor. Justin Jackson to the Thunder, 2 second-round picks. Not mad at it. I'm not sure what OKC record is this year, but
OKC's they're
I think they're
right
in
around
a
that
play-in.
play.
Yeah.
Right around that play-in. Shai's been on another planet.
Dude, no one knows how to say his name.
I think he came out and said it the other day that it's Shea. He said it's pronounced like Shea.
Dog, Justin Jackson, I think they were just trying to dump his ass.
Yeah, just making the
23 games, he's shooting 26%.
They just probably had to match the salaries, make the salaries add up or whatever.
But, yeah, I think it's Shai, isn't it? Or
Shea.
Fam.
He literally said it was Shea. He came out recently and was like, it's pronounced Shea.
I saw something that was like, he literally posted on IG, he was like Shy. Like the fucking Shy guy. Like, I don't know, bro. It's SGA, man. Who cares? He's a hooper.
Bug you.
Yeah. Pelicans, Spurs trade. It's kind of just like Josh Richardson to the Pelicans. Spurs get Devontae Graham at 4-second.
It was like a whatever trade.
Yeah, those are like two similar players. Yeah. Spurs get maybe the Pelicans. They went out a 3-and-D kind of guard. With their situation, you got BI Zion. He's kind of out right now.
They both just got to get healthy, bro.
Yeah, I think they're in that playing game too. No,
they dropped, bro. They were like number 1 or some shit a while ago, or like in the top 4, but they've been losing.
Yeah, Pelicans, bro. They're at that 7 seed, 2 games above 500. They're a team I like, bro. One healthy, they're a team I like. Zion.
When healthy, that's just a big question mark.
Yeah. one of the best BI, just one of the most underrated scorers. He could kind of get it anyway in the post, ISO.
Scorer,
Yeah, for sure. 4-team trade between the Pistons, Warriors, Hawks, and Trailblazers. This was a big one for the Warriors. I think, in my opinion, they get rid of number 2 overall pick a few years ago, James Wiseman, who's one of the best big men coming out of college at the time. Warriors, they get Gary Payton after the failed physical, 3-second. Hawks get Sadiq Bey, Trailblazers, Kevin Knox, 5-second. So first off, Sadiq Bey, he's been hooping past 2 years. Pistons get rid of them. Obviously, Kate Cunningham out, kind of getting younger. They go for a big man, James Wiseman. I heard that Steph Curry kind of didn't like James Wiseman. He wanted out. He wanted him out. So I'm not sure how, what was going on in that locker room. Like, he kind of just wasn't buying into the system. I think they were talking about Pistons get James Wiseman. He gets a fresh start with a really young team. Going to be interesting to see how he plays with Cade next year.
Mm-hmm. It was kind of interesting because the Pistons have a lot of big men. Like, they have they drafted Jalen Duren, and then they have what's the other dude that tried to fight LeBron? Forgot his name.
Oh yeah. Damn.
But they got a few nice big men on that team already.
Isaiah Stewart.
Yeah, Big Stu. Yeah, Isaiah Stewart. So they got a few big men in that rotation already. So it'll be interesting to see, where he fits in. Hopefully he could develop. But the Warriors save a shit ton of money. I think like $130 million or something like that, getting off that James Wiseman contract.
Dang.
Something like that. I don't know. A lot of money. Maybe that's a little a lot more.
Maybe 130 a little high.
Maybe $30 million, something like that. But
that's not.
I know they save a lot of money, and then they bring back Gary Payton, somebody who's familiar with the system, 3-and-D guy, high energy guy, help on that defensive end of the ball. So he'll be back healthy for the playoffs when they really need him.
Just like Pops, Sadiq Bey to the Hawks. I like that. They really had kind of no forward presence. They kind of reaching, they got Bogdanovich, who's like a 2-3 player, but really just all offense. Sadiq Bey gives a little size to the team. I like to pick up for the Hawks. They're trying to do something. Trailblazers get Kevin Knox in 5-second. Then they kind of just get the picks. It's a guy that probably can defend. He's a little longer.
Who, Knox?
Yeah, Kevin Knox really hasn't
Knox
done
is
anything.
Decent. He never really got a shot, bro. He could hoop a little bit.
He's pure slasher.
Nah.
But that could play defense. So he's a two-way slasher. Like,
Knox could shoot. He could shoot the ball a little bit too.
Let's see it shooting percent. We'll see. This one though, we talked about Thomas Bryant. Going to the Nuggets. That 14 deal. Let's see, Kevin Knox.
Yeah, $30 million. That was the number. Roughly $30 million.
He's only averaging 7 minutes. That was with the Trailblazers.
Don't sleep on Knox, man. He got a little jump.
He improved from. Okay. This year not bad. 14.1. He's shooting 37% from 3. I wasn't familiar with your game, young fella.
Right.
I apologize.
Alexi O'Neal.
The Nuggets, they get Thomas Bryant. We talked about that trade. How definitely good about Jokic. Lakers, they get Mo Bamba. We talked about them kind of needing that length. And we talked about the Magic needing to deal one of these players.
Yeah,
and
we did.
We both kind of thought it would be Mo Bamba at this point because Jonathan Isaac has no value right now coming off the injury.
Yeah, Bobo's kind of stepped up.
Bobo has stepped up.
So Mo Bamba's like the odd man out.
Yeah, and it's not like he's, hooping bad. Like, he's just
fresh start.
Opportunity. They get Davon Reed, Devon Reed, second for the Lakers. So I think that Mo Bamba pickup, it's going to be interesting to see. They're 1-5 without Westbrook. We'll talk about the Westbrook trade in a second. Clippers get Bones Highland. Magic get Pat Bev, 2024 second. cash considerations.
I think Beverly was waived.
Yeah, I think
some
he
reports
was
saying
too.
the Suns want to bring him in.
Pat Bev.
Yeah.
With CP3, didn't they have beef?
Man, who hasn't beef?
Yeah, I was about to say, who hasn't beef?
Beverly, bro, like,
dog, he might as well just come to the Heat. Just talk about a high spark plug, bro. That's all he is.
Bro. Patrick Beverly.
That would be hilarious. Lakers. This one, talk about homecoming. This probably, no pun intended, hit home the most. D'Lo back to the Lakers. Malik Beasley, Jared Vanderbilt. Let's talk about D'Lo before we talk about the other two teams. This is, it's taking it back to leaking Swaggy P's convo with Iggy. Like, that's the D'Lo we remember in there in LA before he got shipped off and kind of, thought his career was going to die a little bit, but he didn't. He's had a very solid career, has stepped up, become a great point guard in this league. And I think the Lakers got a really good PG that they can start right away. And
yeah, he had a decent first game back. And more than anything, he just brings spacing to this team, something Patrick Beverly and Russell Westbrook just didn't do at all. At least, D'Lo can, knock down a consistent jumper. Jared Vanderbilt, I think this might be like the most slept on kind of piece the Lakers got. In that first game against the Warriors with no LeBron, he was kind of like just all over the floor doing everything, high intensity guy, making nice passes, getting in the passing lanes, steals, dunking pretty much everything. So I think Jared Vanderbilt would be a nice fit. And then Malik Beasley, he's, a solid role player, a little inconsistent, but you kind of know what you get with him. Definitely an upgrade, just somebody else you can put out there on the floor that could, kind of knock down a shot for you.
And they were talking about Scottie Pippen Jr. got a requested trade. I don't know if you saw Shannon say that. Yeah. T-Wolves, they get Mike Conley, Alexander Walker, 3-second. Jazz, they get Russ and Juan Toscano Anderson in a first-rounder. Jazz, they get Russ. Talk about the buyout. Still hasn't been bought out yet. We'll see if that happens. T-Wolves.
It's going to happen.
T-Wolves get Mike Conley.
Mike Conley played decent in the game last night against the Mavericks. So, that's kind of what they needed. Whereas D'Lo was kind of, he was hooping, but he was kind of more inconsistent for them. So I think, bringing in a veteran presence like Mike Conley, and you got those young guys there, like Anthony Edwards, who's emerging as a big star. Cat, he's an established person in this league, but, you get a vet or a leader like Mike Conley, just bring a little bit more, stabilization into that organization.
And I think Mike Conley is also probably a better defender than D'Lo.
100%.
Adds that kind of chippiness to the team that D'Lo, he's just offensive guy. Kind of, you're not expecting too much on defense. But Mike Conley, he's a guy that you can expect to go clamp out the other guard.
He'll give a lot of effort on both ends. Yeah,
definitely helping out. Probably, he's just a higher motor player, I think, in my opinion.
And I think he fits that team a lot better too, to where he can just play make and play defense. Whereas D'Lo, he was like a scoring playmaker where he doesn't really fit. Because on the Wolves, you got, Anthony Edwards, who's a primary scorer in this league. You got Cat when he comes back healthy. What he can do with the ball in his hands. And also Rudy, where he's a pretty decent scorer down low. So you just need a point guard to kind of run the ship and just play defense,
I agree, bro. Thinking about it, I was like, bro, why does it feel like Mike Conley's been on the T-Wolves? He was on the Grizzlies. Bro, has he ever spent time in the East? He's only been in the West his whole career.
I think it's only been in the West.
The Grizzlies, the Jazz, and now the T-Wolves.
Yeah.
He's played with – he's got to be up there with age, bro, because he played with –
definitely like 36.
Zach Randolph. 36. Bro, he's played with, different generations. Mark Gasol, when the Grizzlies were kind of competing in the playoffs back in the day. He was at that Jazz run with Donovan and Mike Conley. Now he's on to he all around, bro, solid career for Mike Conley. I think one of the more underrated guards.
Yeah, he's 35.
Yeah, 35. See, he probably played 3 teams. Yep.
Yeah, Grizzlies, Jazz, and now Timberwolves.
Yeah. So I think that's a big addition.
He was on the Grizzlies from 2007 to 2019.
Bro, he was there forever, and then what?
Just
2-3 years in the Jazz. That's it.
Man.
Bro, he was that guy in Memphis.
He was there before Ja.
Yeah.
Went to Ohio State. He was nice at Ohio State. I remember that.
But I mean, there was a couple other trades that we're not going to talk about. But regardless, we talked about the Kyrie trade. Let me ask you before we kind of start sending it off. Like who you got? We asked the Suns the favorite in the West. Who's your favorite in the West and in the East? Knowing these trades.
So you kind of touched on it, and I liked everything you said, and I kind of touched on the team I like watching the most. I'm gonna pick the Nuggets out of the West right now. They just play like the most complete team basketball. Jokic, he's just like an amazing talent with the ball in his hands. The way he creates offense on that team, he just kicks it out to those shooters. And we kind of mentioned before they shut Murray down before All-Star break, he got back to hooping to that top tier level where we know he could take over in the bubble. So Murray's back. Jokic is about to be fucking 3-time MVP back to back to back. The Nuggets they're going to be tough. And right now with that seeding, they'll most likely be the 1 seed and have, home court advantage. So in the West, I think it'll be really, really tough to knock off the Nuggets. So I'm going to pick the Nuggets, but it is wide open. I can see, the Suns coming out. I can see the Warriors sneaking it out. There's a bunch of teams that are in the running. But right now, me personally, I like the Nuggets.
Who you like in the East?
In the East is tougher because, all these trades we kind of talk about, it just seemed like it was really West heavy. Not a lot of teams in the East made big splash moves or whatever. But
Heat.
Yeah, the Heat. I mean, you saw the Celtics just brought in Mike Muscala or whatever. And then the Bucks, they brought in Jay Crowder.
Yeah.
And then the Sixers, they brought in McDaniels. So minor moves helped rotations, but I don't know. The East is tough, man. I'm gonna have to go. I don't know, bro. You know what? I don't know if this is the best team right now, but this is the team I like, bro. I'm gonna say the Sixers, bro. Embiid and Harden, I like what they're doing. Harden leading the league in scoring, or Embiid, excuse me, leading the league in scoring. I just want to see Harden get more aggressive. I know you're the big Harden guy. You've always been a big fan of him.
I have.
So I think, if he can just score a little bit more. He's not scoring enough right now. If he can score a little bit more, his assists are up there. I don't think he's played enough games, but he's basically leading the league in assists. I just think the Sixers have a nice unit. But realistically, I don't know, bro. It's tough, bro. I like the Bucks, bro. They're getting back healthy. Middleton's coming back. He's playing more minutes. You know what Drew Holiday offers. He's an all-star. And then Giannis, we all know what Giannis is at this point. They got a lot of pieces. Jay Crowder coming in, 3-and-D, bring that tough guy presence over there.
That's the only thing I don't like.
Kind of their budget PJ Tucker. So I think the Bucks, they'll be a tough matchup for any team in the playoffs, and I think it'll be hard to beat them in a 7-game series. So in the West, I got the Nuggets, and then right now in the East, I'm gonna rock with the Bucks. Although I'm always gonna fuck with the Heat, bro. Like the Heat, that's hometown team, bro.
Yeah, same here.
I like playoff Jimmy.
I kind of like obviously the Heat, the Bucks, bro. It's just hard to bet against them for me. But like you said,
what about the Celtics? How do you feel about the Celtics? They just don't really do it for me, bro. Like I don't know,
bro. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, you do whatever you want.
Tatum broke his face.
Deuce, I'm sorry, bro, but Daddy's just got to lose in the playoffs, bro. Like, it is what it is, man. The Heat better be coming back in blood if they play them, that's for sure. But regardless, it's going to be interesting to see how it shakes up. All-Star Weekend, you're going to have a little downtime. Kind of see where the second half of the season goes, man. I love playoff basketball, 7-game series.
Fun, yeah.
See who's the best team, man. It's going to be interesting. So I don't know. The Heat made no moves.
Starting to heat up, bro.
Huh?
That's when the basketball starting to heat up. It gets fun. It gets interesting.
Nah, just wait till the playoffs, bro. It is gonna be with all these trades, Kyrie, KD. If we can see them match up in the playoffs, LeBron all in the
Little
same
side note,
conference.
even though they lost last night, Luka and Kyrie were both hooping. Kyrie had like 30 in the fourth quarter. Unfortunately, he kind of had to turn over. Anthony Edwards clamped his shit up, but shout out Ant-Man.
Pause.
You're gonna get fined.
Yeah, no. If you say pause, you don't get fined. Cam Thomas got fined for saying
No homo.
yeah. No, and now you're fine, bro. It's gonna cost you $20 to come on air next time.
40 bands. Like that was his fine, bro.
Bro, he's like a what? His contract not even that thick, and he get fined 40 bands.
Wow, 40
It's crazy. It definitely is. For someone, they're like, oh, you just dropped 3 straight 40-point games? Give me 40 bands. Shout out Jalen Brunson and Iggy, though. Saw that.
Brunson was hooping.
Yeah.
He's been a nice addition to the Knicks. The Knicks have been all right.
Episode 25, man. We quarter way to 100, bro. It's been 25 weeks. So, you got anything?
The grind continues.
Right.
Bro, I'm excited for the offseason, bro.
I like
NFL
that.
offseason. I'm ready, bro.
I like that. The ride continues. Definitely more to come, man.
Mock draft season.
Mock draft.
Senior Bowl just passed.
Bro, the combine coming up. That's what I'm excited. You know what we used to do when combine used to come on, man. Come on.
Used to be a Saturday Sizzler.
Tuned in.
Little NFL app, getting the extra credit points and watching the combine.
Was definitely, man.
Wow.
Goal2go pod on TikTok. Y'all tune in. Goal2go YouTube.
Appreciate
like,
it.
comment, subscribe, hit that share button.
Sir.
Appreciate everyone showing love. Till next time, man. That concludes the NFL season. So we just on to the next,
Been
man.
a fun season, yeah.
Yeah, fun for sure. Catch y'all next week, man. Peace.